If you're a K-drama watcher, you may already have become a fan of the Netflix series The Trauma Code: Heroes on Call. But have you also heard about Trauma Center Golden Hour? That's the title of the webtoon that the Trauma Code is based on. Today, we want to explore the popularity of webtoon-based K-content that is captivating viewers around the world. And for that, we're joined by culture critic Professor Chie Hye-won at Kyung University's Arts and Cultural Management Program. Welcome, Professor Chie.
Welcome, Professor.
Hello. Good afternoon.
So, Professor Chie, let's begin with the success of the latest K-dramas that have been adapted from webtoons. So why don't we start with the medical drama, The Trauma Code: Heroes on Call?
Right. The Trauma Code: Heroes on Call is a Netflix's original series and has reached #1 in 14 countries already, including Hong Kong, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and Taiwan since it released on January 24th. So it became the Netflix's most watched non-English TV shows worldwide, surpassing Squid Game 2.
Wow.
So as you mentioned, the series is adapted from a webtoon. Well, actually, it was a web novel first, and then it transferred to the webtoon of the same name. And it is a story about the surgeon at an emergency trauma center at a university hospital, and it is inspired by the real-life events. So this drama reflects the real life of Dr. Lee Guk-jong. So he actually, who has treated numerous critical trauma cases and gained national recognition for his work. So of course the series is not real though. So it is basically a fantasy hero action drama, but it's a medical drama. So the main character Baek Kang-hyuk, played by Chu Ji-hoon, is definitely a superhero. So he's a doctor, but he's a superhero. So and as a medical drama, the way it tells a story is quite new on TV. So it is more likely webtoon or web novel type of storytelling. It's very fast and somewhat unrealistic, but the theme of itself is very serious. And it's probably because the original creator of the novel is a real-life doctor, Lee Nak-jun. So he is a doctor, and he wrote the novel, web novel. So, and he shares the reality of the medical field. So now the many fans are hoping there will be the second season. So I guess it will return sooner or later.
I mean, I'm in the midst of watching it right now, and I have to agree, it is fun because it is unrealistic in some ways, and then again, realistic in some ways.
And we've been keeping an eye on this drama for the past couple of weeks, talking about it on the show. And we know that it's doing very well. But what other K-webtoon adaptations have been at the center of attention lately?
TV's study group is another one. So it depicts a fierce college entrance story that take place when the main character Yoon Ga-min, who wants to do well in school, but he's only talented in fighting skills. So he forms a study group and he tries to attend a 4-year university and to focus on his studies. So this series is also based on the popular Korean webtoon of the same name. And the famous K-pop star Hwang Min-hyun plays the main character. So TV actually has produced several webtoon-based high school action dramas so far, such as Pyramid Game and Duty After School, and these have attracted many younger audiences, especially and in the Asian countries actually.
Because many Asian countries have a similar, education systems or that similar competitiveness like we have here in Korea. And Professor Chie, the reason why we're actually seeing all these webtoons being turned into these K-dramas is because they have been proven already successful in the past years. Just on the top of my head, I can think of Itaewon Class and also All of Us Are Dead, etc. So what aspects of Korean webtoons appeal to drama makers?
Right. The drama makers have been increasingly producing TV dramas adapted from a web novel or webtoons, and that's basically because they try to cope with a downturn in the advertising markets and the rising production cost and the shrinking viewership in the content industry. So, and especially as the webtoon has gained popularity in South Korea, so many production companies started turning to the webtoon industry, which already have a lot of original works, and they were readily adaptable to the TV series. So these adaptations could take advantage from the original materials, establish the reputation already, and loyal fan base. So the fans actually, they would translate naturally into drama viewership as well. So in terms of producing the webtoon or web novel-based dramas, unlike traditional drama production, which typically begins with the script writer's original concept, but the process of adapting a webtoon starts with an existing piece of work and searching for the right script writer for it. And the next step would be casting the right actors who perfectly match the characters in the webtoon.
So many elements that you have to focus on when turning these webtoons into K-dramas. And we also want to talk about this specific artist's work, Kang or Kang, because he successfully transformed his works Light Shop and Moving into series, which are mystery and superhero works.
Right.
And Moving, actually, interestingly, it was a Disney Plus series, which even went to the public broadcaster NBC and just ended yesterday. I just watched the last episode of the first series. So what do you think are the key factors of the show's popularity by Kang?
Yeah, Kang is actually one of the writers whose work were transformed to the live action contents many times. So before Moving and The Light Shop, some of his works were already adapted to films or TV dramas such as The Neighbors, 26 Years, Full, 바보, and Late Blossoms, 그대를 사랑합니다. So 그대를 사랑합니다 is actually transferred to films and TV dramas as well. So however, Moving was the first production written by Kang himself. So he script writers the dramas for the first time, and it was globally acclaimed, produced by Disney Plus in 2023. So you saw the NBC, the Moving on NBC, they distributed it to the NBC after they finished all the series on the Disney Plus. But you can also watch the Moving on the Disney Plus as well.
All right.
So The Light Shop is the second work of the Kang series on Disney Plus, and it has captivated viewers with a unique blend of reality and fantasy since it released in last December. So actually, Moving is a superhero story that centers around people with the supernatural powers inherited from their parents. And The Light Shop explores the mystery of the lighting shop visited by the people, and they are staying in between life and death. So basically, they are two different things. They are different. But Kang work, including Light Shop, Moving, and his another work, Timing, tells individual character stories and within the connected storylines. So these work exist in a shared universe with overlapping characters. So we call it Kang universe. So at the end of The Light Shop, the audiences could find it would be connected to Moving, and he's another webtoon, Timing, and it would be so interesting to follow how they are connected to each other.
So you can't stop watching all of the series.
Yes, of course. And even though Kang creation are connected, but each of them has very special tone as well.
Right.
Interesting, yeah, to see all the universes connected into one. But what are the strengths of a webtoon-based dramas, and what are the elements needed to, let's say, translate the unique charm of webtoons into dramas?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, the loyal fandom is definitely the strength of the webtoon-based TV series. And however, it is also challenging to satisfy their expectation, though. One of the key elements to transferring the webtoon into live-action versions would be how to translate the characters in reality and cast the perfect actors to play. So revising plot is also essential factor because the webtoon generally consists of more than 100 episodes uploaded over years. So the creators of TV series should pick or rearrange, revise or rewrite the storylines considering different platforms and different audiences.
So are there, I guess you kind of just touched upon it then, but are there any other challenges or side effects in terms of producing shows based on webtoons or web novels?
For producers, I think the preferring to produce webtoon or web novel-based TV series is kind of inevitable because there is a high demand of safer and more universal stories. However, this trend brings that the creator and the producers are competing too much to secure well-crafted original works and has led the relatively decline in the interest in developing original works, potentially impacting emerging writers and the directors by reducing their opportunities. So the industry, I think the industry must balance the safety of proven works with the need to foster innovation and creativity.
One final question, Professor Chie. Very briefly, there has been an increase in the production of overseas dramas that are based on K-webtoons. So how do you see the success on the global stage?
Right, there are several series based on the K-webtoons or K-novels. So some popular Korean webtoons already adapted to international drama series. So I think more K-webtoons and K-dramas will be adapted to, transferred to the overseas series. The neighbor romance webtoon series Take Me, I'm Yours were remade as a Japanese drama series, and Kakao webtoon series Aquaman is already set to be remade into a Japanese series to be broadcast in the later this year. And another Kakao webtoon, Nth Romance, N번째 Romance, is being remade into a Taiwanese drama series to be broadcast in Taiwan at the end of the 2025.
So maybe we'll also see more interest into the original webtoon series from abroad once they watch these dramas. Well, thank you very much, Professor Chie, for your insights today.
Thank you very much.
And thank you, Walter. As always, we'll see you back here right tomorrow.
Yes, I'll see you tomorrow.